Talking biscuit boy, proud. Static crackles like a rattlesnake's tail. Voices rolling like a freight train wheel. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, talking live love and southern joy. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, raise your glass, make some noise. Gravy drips in the southern drawl. Stories thick like the cypress tall. Radio rebels riding wild and free, shouting truths like a storm at sea. Hey, hey, can you feel that beat? Boots on the floor, fire in the heat. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, talking live love and southern joy. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, raise your glass, make some noise. Tells the dirt roads, whiskey skies that cut through the night like fireflies. Laughter echoes through the pines, two voices cross them county lines.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let me get Podbean started up here. 1 second as we let the Podbean audience join in, and there we are.
Hello, hello.
They will start filing in. Happy Monday, happy cold Monday.
Yeah, it is cold. Hope everybody found their fur panties all right.
It has been amazingly cold. It has for those who have lost power, we are sorry. There's a lot of work going on to get people back on the grid, as they say.
Yep.
Yeah, all the electric
Thousands upon thousands.
Oh man, all the alignment and stuff that are working out in this. I've always said this. I don't care what they make to do that. They
Right.
deserve every cent.
Oh, I agree.
Because who else wants to get up there and do all that in this kind of weather?
You know, that's what my grandfather did most of his life.
Really?
Yep. He ran, I guess he ran most of the original power lines through Chattanooga over the mountain.
Very nice.
All around.
The lineman life.
Yep.
That's we have a lineman school in the region, and
Yep.
there, you can go there as a young man. You can come out making a really
Good trade.
good paycheck. So there's a lot of that going on. They had 18,000 linemen just coming in the Carolinas. They were expecting it to be so bad. So
Well,
You were in Nashville over the weekend.
I was. We got out of there. We got back across Monteagle before it all hit. I drove. I think I got home 3:00 Saturday morning.
Oh man, yeah.
And I got out of bed at 7:00 this morning. It throws me off when I have to drive late. My days and nights get all twisted.
I made a lot of trips like that in my time.
It used to not bother me. It's just as I've gotten older.
It takes its toll.
Yeah.
I think of the drives I used to make when I was on the road preaching in churches and presenting missions and driving hundreds of miles.
I know you
with no sleep. Like I would get up, go to a place, turn around, and come home.
Yeah.
And just cause necessity, had to do it. And my wife, it was too hard on her. I had to, every time she had to just buckle down and do it too.
Right.
I tried not to do trips like that. I've said this before, and it was once I did a trip. I was in, a wedding got moved on me. It's like they had to reschedule.
Right.
And they scheduled me for a Saturday afternoon. I said, "Ooh, not good," because I was going to use Saturday to travel to West Virginia.
Right.
So this is a trip Lynn was going to go on, and so I did the wedding at it started at 2:00. I got done about 5:00. Got home about 6:00. Hit the bed, and I said, "The only way I can do this is just leave at midnight and just drive straight through."
Right.
I said, "You can sleep. I'll do the church service and we'll eat a bite there and we'll just drive back. I'll just do it all." She couldn't even drive my truck.
Right.
Oh my gosh. We had never really stretched out. Well, her and me are together, had never stretched out that far in a truck, pickup truck, small.
I remember
that far. And
it was a Ford Ranger, wasn't it?
Ford Ranger. We drove all the way up there. We got up there about an hour and a half before the church started.
Mm-hmm.
Grabbed a bite, but Lynn was worn out. It was just a rough trip on her. We got another vehicle right after that trip. But she said, "I don't know how you do it." That was my point. I don't know how you do it. Did the church. I can't remember if we went to lunch with the church or not. I don't remember. I don't think we did on that Sunday. I think they had something going on.
Right.
And normally you get several meetings. Hey, our Puff Racing. Good to see you there.
What's up?
Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Looking forward to talking with you here soon. I think we just turned around though when we came home, and Lynn said, "Are you okay to drive? Like you've been up since midnight. Like you're driving all the way back." It was like a 10-hour drive. It's crazy.
Fresh fire from the Holy Spirit keeps you awake.
And I said, "I'm just gonna do it. It's all right." Now I'd be thinking, "Oh man,
yeah, we need to plan this out a little better."
Well, I did after that trip. We went and got a new car,
right?
Because I said, "Listen, we're going to be driving a lot. We got a good deal." But I almost got caught up in some bad stuff. Remember when one of the car dealers in town got in a lot of trouble way back in the day? Well known, very well known. And
yes, I do. Yes,
I bought a car, got my car cleared through the system before they shut
them down.
They showed up. I remember people that couldn't get their titles and stuff, because everything was caught up in that court case.
Yeah.
It was considered fraud or something. It was bad. I won't use the name because I don't.
I'm not going to say it.
But I think you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
But we went to Tyler, Texas right after. We bought the car on like a Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, and on Saturday we were traveling to Tyler, Texas, and the difference was amazing.
Oh, I bet.
We were riding along, Lynn's like, but Lynn got real sick on that trip.
Oh no.
We rode with the windows down. The weather was so nice, and it was
pollen season.
Well, whatever it was. She was already sick when we got there, and we got back. She was worse, double.
Yeah.
And she got everything sucked in her nose that was flying in the window, dummy us riding through Texas, with all that stuff coming out.
And we don't have the immunity, to a lot of the stuff that's out there because, we get a lot of our system building through the honey and stuff that that's sourced locally here.
Yeah.
That's how our immune system gets fed.
Yeah, I got you, Dusty. Dusty, you're see, you were Kentucky or Ohio. I'm trying to remember. Excuse me. I've been a little in the weather, so my brain's still not working right. But I think I got that
At
right.
least you've got an excuse.
I don't even know if that's a good excuse. I missed work Friday. We
That's
did
unusual.
have,
You don't ever miss work.
That's rare. For sick, that's rare.
Yeah,
I can probably count on one hand the times I've been out in 30,
Yeah.
almost 35 years being
Yeah.
sick. I just don't do it. I go to work, but it was just, I was rough. You know, you get older, man. You just can't. You can't. Plus, I didn't. You know, like she basically told me to stay out if at all possible because I could possibly for 24 more hours be a little alert. You know, people could get sick off of me being sick. So
Yeah.
I said, well, I'll just stay home. Ohio, Ohio, great state of Ohio. We look forward to having you on. Hope things are going well. The race team's good. Seeing you make some good announcements for sponsors.
Yep.
We've had a good time with our dirt truck series.
It's coming along. That's becoming a big show.
It's going to become its own show.
Yeah, Dean is just amazing.
I told Dean this week. I said we're going to end up having we're going to end up having a dirt track show, a racing show, NASCAR's, whatever drag, and then a sports show. We're going to try to keep it. We're just right now. We're just going to expand the time a little bit, but eventually it's going to be its own show, and who knows where it goes. We have a ball with it though. It's great. And you know, we're not just focusing. We are Southeast, but we're not just focusing on Southeast. We've got we've had the folks from Canada in. God bless them. The Jessica Power team, racing team, yeah. And then we're talking to some folks in Australia. So I don't care. Wherever racing is racing, man. Dirt is dirt, right? From the red clay to the whatever. Digging that dirt, you know. Digging that dirt.
I can't get this thing to work.
Well, I told you when it's cold until it warms up, it wants to be a pain. You know, it's just being a pain. So if you have to, just make the other one. You know, there's some coffee in the thing there. The ones we were talking about.
Hey, you got some U-Bond?
Yeah, it's been here. I just don't think you realize.
I did not. Wow.
Some U-Bond. I couldn't think of the
I have
name.
not had that in years.
So the U-Bond is here.
It's
so
back.
The U-Bond is back.
All right.
But yeah, shout out to all those folks that are working so hard to stay, you know, try to keep people with power.
Yep.
You know, I mean, think about there's been 25 people died because of this.
I will tell you what, these temperatures are no joke, and you know these homeless people are susceptible to these temperatures very much so, and even your animals, your pets.
Yeah.
You know, unless you got a Malamute or a wolf or something that wants to stay outside.
I don't even know how they stand it, you know.
Well, they do though. They love it. I've seen some videos of Malamute owners saying, "Get in here! They're gonna call ASPC on me," and he's just laying out there in the snow. They love it. Love it out there.
I seen a girl today in a video. She put on the old bikini and went and jumped in the snow. I think she kind of regretted that once she did it.
Bet she did.
Trying to get
people do anything for likes, won't they?
I got a new video. Watch me go be stupid.
Yeah.
Well, the leftists are doing it. You know, they're out there.
Chocolate. Watch this.
They're out there. You know, I mean, here's the lunacy of what we're seeing in America. You have someone that's filming, and they see someone shot. For whatever reason, this is not the point of the story. They've been shot. They need help, and they're holding their phone filming, and they go, "Somebody call 911."
Yeah. I don't want to give up my shot here.
I mean, I'm filming. You can't expect me to do it.
Yeah.
Somebody call 911. You know. You know, I've taken emergency training. You know, not that I'm not the number one EMT or nothing like that, but I've taken, you know, Red Cross training. I've been an instructor, and you know, one of the things you do is in an emergency, somebody's got to take charge, and you have to tell people to
what to do.
Well, you start ordering people to do stuff. Because if you don't,
most people are in shock.
They're in shock and they will freeze and they won't do anything.
Exactly.
So you don't say, hey, somebody call. You tell each person,
you.
yeah, hey, you, if you know their name, yeah, but hey, you point to them, you call 911, you go do this, you go do this. And you stay here and help me because you can't keep doing CPR for, forever. You gotta trade out. So you have to, tell people what you want them to do. And most people will do that. I mean, there are those people that won't do anything. They're just like, no, I don't want to be involved. When I would show up at a, and here's what's great at work. Like if you show up to and I've had this happen where you show up and somebody's down on the ground, and I actually escorted the ambulance crew in. Right. So there's all these people, and yeah, they're concerned, but you got a lot of gawkers, people that just want to see what's going on. So what you do with those people, because you don't need all that. One, it's
get to work.
Either do something or whatever. So what I do is I would say, okay, all the people that are here, I need a witness statement. That gets them out of the they will take
fan the crowd quick.
They're out. They say, well, I didn't see nothing. Then I want a witness statement saying you didn't see anything. When you got here, what you saw when you got, oh well, I didn't see anything. I just showed up. I got to go back to my job. They will split because they're just in the way. They're not there to help. They're just there to look. Even if they're concerned, they're just there in the way. And you got to clear out, and especially if you think about if it was a female and you're having to, clothes got to come off. If you're going to put on,
if you've got to do, any type of shock, it has to be put directly on skin, and there's certain places that you have to put it.
It's got to go, and you can't do that through the clothes. You got to get to the skin.
And there are privacy issues that come into play there. You don't want a lot of people standing around.
Well, and you want people to serve as turn their backs and serve as a shield. Because that's somebody's mama, sister, daughter, wife, whatever. Dusty says he had 10 to 14 inches of snow today. Wow. God bless you. Well, he said yesterday. God bless you.
Yeah, we didn't. Well, we did early on Saturday. We got a bunch of snow, but it was gone by 11 o'clock Saturday morning.
That's when you're having to step real high. Hey, Kenneth Roper, I bet he got some snow too and ice up there in Virginia, ain't it? Virginia.
Say most people in that area did. Did you see downtown Gatlinburg?
I didn't see a picture of all the pictures I've saw. I've not seen Gatlinburg.
Dude, they looked like they had 2 feet of snow or more. It looked the way the plow went down the main street. There was that high on the side of the road.
Somebody as a joke put out, and they showed a picture. It's supposed to be of Lafayette down here.
Yeah.
And it looked like 2 feet of snow. I said, my God, we got a lot of snow. And people are going, what part of town were you in?
Yeah.
I didn't get nothing. It's a
part
joke.
Of the town are you in?
You must.
Well, yeah, you was right under that cloud, weren't you? Didn't move.
Howdy.
Wow.
Southwest Virginia. I thought I remembered that. Virginia. Yeah. The Commonwealth.
I love the Creeper Trail. You ever been down the Creeper Trail?
No, I don't believe I have.
Kenneth, you ever been down the Creeper Trail? It's so much fun. You get a bike, they load the bikes up, they take you up to the top of the mountain. You get on the bike and you ride down the trail.
Okay.
And it's downhill all the way.
All the way.
And you ride along beside a creek. There's a couple places you can stop and get a hot dog or something along the way, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful ride.
Is there places to wreck out and all that?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, he said we don't have much, about an inch of ice or 2 inches, 3 inches of snow.
Yeah, an inch of ice is what's bad.
No, not yet. Not been down the trail. He's too busy out in the woods looking for Bigfoot, man. Come on, his spare time. He's a hunter. He's a cryptid hunter, man. Kenneth's been on the show.
They're out there.
He saw and heard some strange things.
Well, they don't call it the Creeper Trail.
Well, it kind of creeps me out, And by the way, our little video we put up about I was 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Bigfoot butt.
No. The staring down Bigfoot.
Oh yeah.
Do you
showing dominance?
Showing dominance. That little clip's out there. It's done very well.
You know,
He said he heard of it. It's on the list.
okay.
It's on the list.
All right.
Creeper trail.
You know,
Do you have to be a creep to go down the creeper?
I guess. But
Why is it called creeper? That's what I want to know.
I just creep along.
Oh, creep
trail,
along.
I guess.
So it's not like a fast thing. You just kind of
either that or there's
lazy
been
daisy.
creepers out there, you know.
That video you showed me, I don't know if it's legit or not. But that was kind of creepy.
Which one?
Where the guy said, "Don't leave the trail."
Oh yeah, was that not?
Some old guy hiking.
Nuts.
Don't leave the trail and turns
Don't
around. The
get off
guy's
the
going,
trail.
"Don't get off the trail." Whatever. Don't get off the trail.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Turn around. Why?
He's gone.
Gone. I won't. I don't think I'd have went down the trail. I think I would have turned around and got up trail.
Well, you know,
But then again, he was going that way too, so I don't know. I'd want to be around him.
when we were talking about dominance, you
Dominance,
know,
yes.
Bigfoot, you know, staring Bigfoot down.
Yeah.
Bigfoot, you know, I don't think it would be a matter of staring Bigfoot down. If he doesn't like foul smells, he'll leave. You know, because I'm sure that would scare it right out of you. You know, staring at Bigfoot. What would you say? What would you do if you came face to face? Boom! You came around a corner and bam! Right there's a Bigfoot standing on the trail. What would you do?
Well,
After you cleaned your britches.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
It's tough to say.
First of all,
Scream. You know, what do you do?
I mean, they always say to make a lot of noise, you know, like,
Make yourself look bigger.
yeah, but I don't know. I think that I'm a pretty calm person in situations. It kind of hits me later. But still something that like that,
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, it creeps me out. I've run into people in security and you don't know they're there.
Right.
And that
Kind of startles you.
adrenaline hit, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And see, I'm an adrenaline junkie, so
I've ran
I
into
just
people
love
on new car parking lots just come out of nowhere.
right.
Um,
Not supposed to be there.
I've been walking halls of buildings where there's nobody supposed to be in there, and somebody would just appear. Maybe they hid out. Maybe they were a maintenance worker who was working late on something, or maybe they snuck stayed hid out
Right.
and come out. I've seen it all, man. I've been walking around buildings with flashlights and running into people. I mean, I've had gangbangers show up. I mean,
Wow.
you just, you know, in that moment, you're like, oh. But I do know to look dominant, but not, you know, I wouldn't want to. The stare down would be bad. But I don't know. You don't want to take your eye off.
It could definitely end up in a bad way.
It could definitely end up in a bad way.
But if you don't stare him down, it could end up in a bad way.
Do you think that Bigfoot, I'll just use Bigfoot as, I know there's many different types, but do you think that Bigfoot is fast, like covers a lot of ground quickly?
Well, if he's as tall as they say he is, yeah, he's got some stretchy legs there. I believe he can. You know, they say they can just bound right up a mountain or a ridge. You know, it's a pretty long stride if you're 10 foot tall.
You know, a lot of people, you know, in weapons training, you know, a lot of people have guns, but they don't have weapons training.
Right.
And one of the worst mistakes I think we've made, I actually think it should be required. You know, there's so many people. You talk about financial illiteracy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of gun illiteracy. A lot of people don't know.
100%.
And one of the worst things, and don't take this, and there's guys too, but don't take this wrong, ladies. But ladies that don't know, I'm not talking about ladies that don't know, that have the pistol stuck in their purse.
Right.
They believe in their mind that if they were confronted by an enemy threat that was, say, 10 feet away, would you use 10 feet?
Yeah.
You use 15 feet. I don't really care. They think in the time that this guy comes towards them, they're going to have time to get in that pocketbook, get that gun, get it aimed, and get fired.
Well, they got to rack it first.
They will never get that. They'll never clear the gun.
No, unless it's a revolver.
If it's 15 feet, what is that? 2 steps? The guy's lunging at you 2 steps.
You don't have time.
The closing speed, and that's if you don't fumble.
Right.
That's if you're not having to dig through some stuff to find
That's
it.
when you just get your hand on the gun, turn and fire it through the purse.
Well, I would think so. You know, yeah, I would think so. So I just think that people are very ignorant about that. Kenneth said, got
agree.
something come checking house out every time, go back in the backside of my place. That's weird. You never know. I've been dang near face to face within 15 feet in pitch dark. Got hit with infrasound. Wow. Wow.
I bet that'll give you a headache.
My granddaughter, she was saying last night that the dog was looking in the closet and was barking and acting crazy. And my granddaughter says, I think there's a ghost in the closet. Like there's nothing there.
In the closet.
There's a spirit there. There's a ghost. And the dog was running around like had the zoomies, was barking all through the house. And she said every time the dog would look at the closet, it would just kind of freak out. And
Wow.
Kenneth says they're so fast, almost a blur, take situational awareness and reflexes. Sadly, I'm not as fast as I used to be.
Well, I've heard some people say they can teleport, that they are connected with UFOs in some way, shape, form, or fashion. That whenever there are Bigfoot sightings, there are UFO sightings as well. You hear all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Nobody's told me what they are or not for sure. So a lot of this is conjecture. Doing measurements of footprints or something. I don't know that anybody knows exactly, but it stands to reason that if they're a big creature like that, just the stride, like you said, they're going to cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
So,
you ever seen that show Mountain Monsters?
I'm not sure.
They're the old boys from Appalachia. They go out and hunt Bigfoot and different cryptids and things. I love the show. The guys are awesome. It's all fake. Their storyline just started getting way, way, way out there.
Yeah. I've seen some things at closing time that you needed some situational awareness of too. Back in the day, this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they were cryptids, but they were.
They might not have looked like cryptids at closing time, but guarantee you, 20 beers before.
Oh my gosh!
No, I'm just playing.
Oh,
it's not very nice.
Ken says, "I'm a believer, flesh and blood. The disappearing is from infrasound biblical ties." I'm not.
Please elaborate.
Infrasound. I'm not familiar with that. Yeah, tell us. We all believe, right? As believers,
Right.
If you're a believer, you got to believe what? You got to believe in angels and demons, right? You got to believe that. So, in belief of that, there's the unseen world.
There is. We battle not against flesh and blood.
We are fighting. We have guardian angels. We have angels doing battle. We see that in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
We have demons active, and I believe the closer it gets to Jesus coming back, it's going to
more and more we're going to see.
It tends to indicate in the Bible that the demonic activity is just going to intensify. I think we're seeing it now. What's going on?
It's escalating.
So there is this unseen world. Now, what's all in that unseen world? We don't know.
It's unseen.
Can it appear and go back? I don't know. That's a question.
Yes, the veil can be lifted. You remember?
We definitely know that angels can be seen.
Elijah lifted the veil or had asked God to lift the veil for Elisha. When they came out of the tent, and Elisha saw all the angels, the army of angels around on the mountainside standing there.
So
what do we got to be scared?
Are there creatures in the unseen world?
Yes.
Who appear, and the reason they're not found is they go back.
I believe there are dimensions.
Because I do think a lot of people that say I do not believe there are creatures out there. They'll say I don't believe in Bigfoot. And that's fine if you don't believe that.
There's something out there people are
but
saying.
What I'm saying is people say, well, after all this time, why haven't they been found? Well, some people said they have, but where's all the evidence besides a few blurry photographs, a couple videos, whatever you want to say. But we can't see we can't see into that other dimension.
Well, I know.
And if they have that ability to do that, maybe they are
Yeah.
demonic. I don't know. But if they have that ability to do that, that's how they could be there and then not be there. I mean,
I don't think they're demonic or anything like that. I have you ever heard of a fella named Todd Standings? He does.
I don't believe so.
He's been searching for Bigfoot, Sasquatches. He lived with them up in Canada. And you talk about video. He's got video, and AI even said this is not a fake. It cannot be fake. The moisture in the eyes, the way a fly lands on the eyelash.
Right.
But he's got pictures of them staring at him, clear as day. That they're real.
Kenneth says infrasound vibrations messes with your eyesight like elephants. Their rumbles, infrasounds.
Okay. Yeah, my wife taught ultrasound for numerous years, and I'm a little bit familiar with sound waves.
I am a little bit
being
from working in
around
safety
her,
and the impact of that. I mean,
yeah.
Like I said,
and stuff.
Are there things in the universe we can't explain? Sure.
Well, yeah.
We have.
You heard what the people on the people on the ground in Venezuela, the cartel members.
Yeah.
They said that before there were ever boots on the ground, they were hit with some sort of a sound wave.
Well,
weapon.
No, that's a good point, and it is a known fact that the Russians and probably the Chinese have been using this technology or something similar to mess with people's brains and minds and everything else. And there is some belief. I saw this just in this week.
Mm-hmm.
Or into last week, this week. I can't remember if it was today or yesterday or the weekend. I can't remember. That there are people believe that some of the crazy that's going on is actually being caused or intensified by use of weapons like that. That the global powers that be are using this to mess with the populace, to stir them up, to make them do things they wouldn't normally do. Drive them a little crazy. I don't know.
I know that. There was a recorded plasma shot that came from an island in the Pacific that China owns, and it went straight to Texas. From that island straight to Texas.
Yeah.
What it does, I don't know, but all I know is it was detected. There's this person that has a website, and they detect all these different things that happen, with satellites and sound and all that good stuff. Anyway, they detected it somehow.
Do you believe that we went to the moon?
Oh, yeah. I believe we went to the moon, but I also believe the moon landing was faked.
The moon landing itself. You believe we've stood on the moon or we just went to the moon?
I believe we've stood on the moon. I believe we've been to Mars.
Okay.
Already.
I'm just curious.
I believe we've got
a lot of people have different
on.
beliefs about this.
Well, they have found things on the moon. They've got pictures of bases that were abandoned, and I think some of them on the dark side. They actually found people still living in them.
Some would say rocks and things they brought back, as evidence. I don't know.
Well,
but a lot of people don't believe. There are people that believe we never left the Earth. The rockets might have went up in the sky that we never.
But that. Bless them. All I just bless them.
I mean, of course, there's still a lot of people who believe the Earth is flat.
That's what I'm saying. Those people that we have a dome, but I don't know everything. I could be 100% completely wrong. What if being in a coma is the best thing that ever happened to you? These things you just don't really know unless you're in that position. I don't remember being.
What's wild? I find this really wild. If you were, because when people say you have a UTI and it's bad,
mm-hmm.
This happened a lot. I saw it happen to my mom. You see things.
Oh yeah, it make you hallucinate.
You hallucinate back. Well, and there are other things, of course, hallucinogens and stuff like that. I mean, my mama was talking to somebody on the TV that the TV was off,
right?
And she's like, "Turn it up, get out of the way. I'm watching this." And I'm like, "Mom, there's nothing there,
You don't argue with them.
Is there a way to make people do that? From afar.
Yeah.
With different weapons they could have to make someone hallucinate.
Well, Well, there are
and to see things that are not
drugs.
even real. Well, of course, the drugs.
The
Yeah,
thing we have to really be careful about is our water supply. If we're going to be attacked, it's going to be through our water supply.
speaking of dogs, so whatever they used had animals acting strange the next day. About 8 different stray dogs running around my town, not normal, and my dogs were on edge, alert. Animals do sense impending trouble,
They do.
earthquakes, and things like that. It's a known fact. I mean, the animals, they pick up on the seismic activity, or the, I don't know, the
Vibrations
vibrations of,
frequencies. Yeah.
certainly they pick up on that. Their sense is amazing,
Yeah.
and the wilder the animal, probably the more they're in tune with that, and are active.
That's why you see mass migrations a lot of times ahead of natural disasters.
Horses are great at this.
Yes, they are.
Horses will absolutely alert you that there is something going on.
Yep.
Birds are great at it. We've been studying a lot about wolves because we have the Wolf Nation. We love the wolf. The wolf knows the wolf.
Yeah.
I was listening to one of the videos today, and they say wolves never forget.
No,
They always remember
they're
what
like
they
elephants.
know, and I think that's amazing. That they have that ability to always recall.
Yeah.
So if they distrust you, they're always going to distrust you because you're maybe you could change that over time, but that they're going to remember. If you didn't see them for 30 years and they were still living, they would still think you're a bad person. They would know that.
Crows definitely do that, and they pass it down to their kids and grandkids.
Okay.
I mean, seriously, they have proven that crows communicate. There was one study they did. A guy put a mask on and went and stood in this park where crows were, and would hi, and do different things at them.
Yeah.
He went back without the mask on and was trying to feed them, and they wouldn't come near him. They knew him even without the mask.
Yeah. Scent, smell, voice inflection,
Yep.
whatever, even outline of body.
A lot of different things that things that we don't see. Maybe they might see on a different spectrum. As far as the light spectrum goes, I don't know.
It's incredible. The more we find out,
Yep.
the more we find out what we don't know.
Well, it's like the heart. Did you know that your heart has the capability of memory? A lot of people didn't know that. Your heart, your actual heart, has the capability to remember things. So what they're finding out in science now is what the Bible's told us thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
And why you hear these stories when people have had heart transplants, how they have some memories from the person that they got the heart from.
Yeah, I've heard
it stores memory.
Do you believe in and some of them I think are fake. I'll say it off the top.
Right.
But I'll go ahead and put on record. I'm asking you. I'm not dodging it. I believe people that have died and things they have saw and things that happened while they were dead. Do you believe that some of those are true?
Yes.
Like conversations they've had with people, even seeing things in that unseen world, maybe even seeing Christ.
I do believe that some of those are definitely real. I think some of them might not be. But yeah,
what medical professionals will say is, well, you're under the influence of drugs and different things and you're hallucinating and everything. They have a commonality. It's not the same thing.
See, this is how do they explain? They say they were out of their body. All right. And there was a pair of scissors on top of one of the medicine cabinets that you can't see from the floor.
Exactly.
And they told them there was a pair of scissors up there.
Yeah.
Things like that. There are some things that just can't be explained, but from the proof is there, as far as their eyewitness account of it is anyway.
The one that got me, I saw this years ago. The guy, he may be dead now. He probably is. But I'll tell you a little story about him. He was a unique character, and there's a couple of different ones. One was a doctor, and the doctor, preacher had actually been witnessing to him, about salvation and stuff. And I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. Well, he had a heart attack or something, and he died for a few moments. And in that space of time, he said that he was in a place of darkness, and he could hear. I don't know if he could remember if he could see, but he definitely felt people pulling at him, and you think of the gnashing of teeth and all that. I mean, it petrified him. So they brought him back. When he came to, his first words were not, what happened or anything. His first words, when he could coherently talk to them, he told them to call this preacher that had witnessed to him.
Yeah.
And he said, come, because he thought he was going to die anyway. He ended up not, but he had already been there, so he's afraid. So he tells him to get here as soon as he can, immediate. It's emergency. So the guy comes in the door. He said, I don't want to hear nothing out of you except how to get saved. He said, what I've seen and experienced when I died. They said I died on the table, and I'm telling you, just tell me right now how to get saved. I may die in the next moment. I don't want to go without knowing Christ. And he lived, and he went on, and he would go around the churches and tell his story.
Yeah.
Another thing, these you'll like this we talk about medicine and stuff. And this is a true story from a local guy. I won't use his name. It was a friend of his. And even he got, the man I know, he's a man of great faith, he's, definitely lives by faith.
Right.
I've seen miraculous things happen, and as we pray and all that. Even this kind of creeped him out. Like he thought the guy was something wrong with him. Well, there was this guy he knew, and this is back when you could go up to the hospital and you could like walk in any room and talk to people. You remember you could do that?
Yeah.
You know how life has changed. As a preacher, you just could walk through the hospital and talk to any patient you wanted to.
Yeah, you
Unless
they were room to room.
Room to room. Well, you could do that. Well, this guy was going to the ICU, MICU or ICU.
Mm-hmm.
The guy he said, could he go? And he said, yeah, but you got to be good. He said, I'll be good. So, he said, he said, I have a good, this was at Erlanger. I'll say that. And he said, I'm going to see a guy, and, he's see how he's doing. Well, they got there. The nurse or two was in there, the doctor, and the doctor's telling him that he's terminal. He's got cancer. There's nothing they can do for him. And the guy's back there going,
wow,
like making sounds, shaking his head. And the doctor's looking at him, and this other, both of them are preachers.
Mm-hmm.
This one preacher, he's like, come on, man, calm down, He goes, no, man. And it keeps going. And finally, the doctor says, like, who are you? He said, I know him, and he's welcome to be here, but who he is? He's a friend of mine, sir. He said, well, why is he acting like that? He said, I don't know. And the guy said, he went to tell him, like, you got weeks to live or something like that. And the guy said, don't you listen to that guy. Do not listen to that guy. Well, that you can imagine how inflamed it got right then.
Oh, yeah, especially.
And the guy said, sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. He said, you're not, it got ugly. Doctors ordering him out and everything. Right. And he said, don't listen to that guy. He said, you're not sick. You are not sick. I'm telling you, you don't have cancer. You got nothing. You are healed. Well, that got him thrown out. They called security. They kicked them all out of the hospital. The police were called. There was a report filed.
And lo and behold.
And he told the guy, he said, we're going to prosecute you for what you did.
Okay.
And he calls a few days later, and this other preacher, he's like, I got this story from him. And he said, I'm sitting at home and I'm going, oh my gosh, my ministry's over. Like, that's what I do. I go to hospitals and stuff. He said, yeah, I've been kicked out of the biggest hospital in town. I can't go back. Because like I said, you're not welcome here no more.
You have little faith.
So he said, they're sitting at his house, and the guy said, come on, man. Come on, man. Have faith.
Yeah.
Well, the doctor calls. And he has to speak to him, obviously. And he says, listen, I don't know. He said, who was that guy? And the guy's going, what's he saying? What's he saying? And the guy, he said, well, he's just a guy I know. I'm sorry for what happened. He goes, well, I don't like what he did, but he said, I wanted to call you up and tell you, he said, we're not pressing charges.
Because he was
You are welcome to come back. He's not. We just don't want him here.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, I'm glad, but why are you doing this? He said, well, he's not sick. Because he said, you need to have them run the test again. They're going to be clear. Well, they did that. Because the guy said, well, I want it run again,
Yeah.
They couldn't find cancer. They couldn't find nothing wrong with it. He walks out of the hospital.
Praise Jesus.
the guy's like, you know, and he said, even him, a man of great faith, learned about faith even more.
Yeah.
Faith is a grain of a mustard seed, the size of a grain of a mustard seed. You know, do we have that kind of faith? And so it's funny, we are people of faith. Sometimes people that even are not faith, have more faith than people who should have faith.
Right.
And it's a funny thing. It's I look at it as like degrees. Like, you know, some people's fuel tank is on full and some are near empty because they let it run down. And faith is like that. Some people let their faith take a hit when bad things happen or whatever, something they can't explain, something beyond their control, thinking that nothing's happening with their prayers, and their faith just goes to zero. I mean, but we are to walk by faith. We don't walk by sight. We walk by faith. Right. And it's just amazing. I know tons of these stories like this.
Have you ever heard the story? I don't know the preacher's name, but he was praying, and he said he felt the Holy Spirit say to him, you know, be here at such and such time on such and such date, and I will be here with you. I will be here with you. You just come and pray.
Yeah.
And it was at the church in his office where he was supposed to be. Said he went there that day, that time, and he started praying, and he prayed for about 30 minutes. The next thing he knows, the fire department's busting in the front door and everything. And he's like, what in the world? What are you guys doing? He said, well, we had reports of a fire. There was flames shooting up above the church and smoke going up into the sky. He said, there's no fire here. And they went around and looked. There was no fire there, and he swears that was the Lord showing up.
Wow.
When he was praying.
We know how it appeared in the Bible.
Yeah.
Whole mountaintop of ablaze.
And they found
lightning, thunders.
They have found that mountain, and it's charred.
The top
of the mountain is charred. Sure, they actually found the rock that Moses hit split open. And they've actually found where water has run out of that rock. Mm-hmm. There was erosion from water running out of that rock. It's pretty wild.
And I think in our, possibly within our lifetime, we're going to see things that even that pales in comparison to, as great as that was, to what we're going to see.
Yeah.
In rapid succession is amazing that we're alive for such a time as this. The things we're going to see in the skies. Now, some of those things will be bad.
I agree. There's going to be a great deception, and a lot of people will be deceived.
And are we not primed for that? Because people are ready to believe in anything and everything, and they don't really have a belief in something. They just believe everything. So whatever happens, they believe in it.
Think about this.
Their belief system jumps all over the place. They don't have a solid rock of something they believe in.
But think about this. The Israelites, when they were brought out of Egypt, they saw God split the Red Sea. All right. And then a couple of months later, they're complaining.
That's the total depravity of man.
Right.
How quick we complain and gripe.
Exactly.
And
they are a persnickety bunch, but still.
I do find it hilarious a little bit. And God has a sense of humor, I believe. Because he gave us humor. But isn't it amazing they were complaining about the food? Because people do complain about food. And it's like, quail again.
Yeah.
Moses,
Manna, really?
Man, can we not get something better?
Yeah.
I mean,
Got some ravioli or something? Come on. An angel food cake.
Yeah. Hey, Dusty says, I'm blessed to be here and be alive. I bless the Lord every day. Amen.
Amen,
brother. But yeah, they complained about the food. Can we get some takeout? Could Jacob or Caleb go?
That's some steam fried rice. Something.
Fazoli, something. I mean,
yeah. Frosty.
I mean, we're sick of these birds. I mean, come on.
Yeah. You ever had quail?
I don't know that I've ever had quail.
I love quail, and I love quail eggs. Boiled quail eggs they're really, especially if they're boiled with, leave it kind of soft.
You're the first person I've ever heard, I swear, who has ever mentioned quail eggs. Always quail. I've heard it's very good. I've never had it, but I've never heard anybody say they eat the eggs.
Oh, yeah.
I just never heard of. Are they big eggs or
No,
small?
they're little.
Like-
They're what,
It's
about that size, maybe.
It's like bite size, you know.
About like that, yeah.
You
They're
know,
blue.
poppers. The
They're
quail
blue and
poppers.
spotted.
I think I've heard that,
Yeah,
but I've never heard anybody eating them.
they're good. Really good.
Pull up to the drive-thru. I like some quail poppers.
Yeah, can I get some quail poppers, please?
Have you ever ate?
And some Grey Poupon.
Have you ever ate meat that you didn't like?
Oh Lord, yeah.
What-
Dude, I can remember when I was a kid. I would come home from school and open the front door and smell liver cooking, and I would burst into tears because I knew Brussels sprouts were coming with it, and I was going to be forced to eat it. I mean, you talk
liver and
about.
sprouts.
Oh, I hate Brussels sprouts.
I do too. I could eat the liver. I'm not a fan of it.
I don't eat liver.
But if you put enough onion and ketchup on it,
Yeah.
I can make it work. I'm not a fan of it though. No.
Well, you know, we need to eat those things. You know, we were supposed to eat the organs. That we've gotten away from organ meat. And,
Yeah.
And I believe it's something that we should eat.
If you go up to what's that Brazilian place where they bring the meat out to you, and what is the name of that place? They bring it out on the shish kebabs.
Maleo, no.
What is the name of that? And
Rodizio
Grill.
Rodizio.
So we all went from work and we're sitting there. There's about 7 or 8 of us.
Right.
I think 7. One of the guys, I need to get this guy on the podcast. He's amazing stories.
Right.
What he can tell. This
Right.
guy's done some covert work, you know.
Yeah.
He'll never tell, but he's told me a few things. But Rodizio Grill. And they'll cook it however you want it. But the first thing they brought out, it was I forget which kind of meat it was. Blood was just dripping
Yeah.
off. And Fred said, "Fire is our friend." I'd like mine cooked a little more, or something like
Fire's our
that.
friend.
Fire is our friend. And they brought out the little hearts. That's what you made me think of it.
Right.
And one of the ladies was like, "What's that?" It was heart
Chicken heart.
or kidneys or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Chicken livers.
She's
or
like-
hearts or-
I'll pass.
I love
pass.
chicken livers. I
Oh,
really like chicken livers. Gizzards, you know. Yeah,
I've been to a few wild game suppers.
I love wild game suppers.
I wouldn't say I try everything because I don't. It's been years since I've been to one, but I do remember trying hippopotamus. It wasn't bad. It was gamey. I mean, I could tell, but I've tried some hippo. I've had buffalo. Oh, buffalo's good.
Yeah, buffalo is good.
And
I've had bear,
I think I've had some bear.
alligator, shark.
I've not had shark.
Shark fin soup's really good.
I'm not a big fan of seafood, actually, but there were some things I didn't try. What's the other rhino? Which is really hard to get a hold of. I mean,
I've never had rhino meat.
you go to the big church up there, Bayside.
Yeah,
They had meats from all over the world. They got some folks up there with a little money. They're zooming out to places all around Africa and places, and
right.
they're paid for, which makes a lot of people in Africa, around the world.
Elephant meat and giraffe meat and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and I've never had that.
I hadn't either. I've had rattlesnake. I've had rat. I've had 3 different kinds of snake. Two this I know one was a rattlesnake. I don't know what the other 2 were. I just killed them because I was hungry.
Yeah.
I've eaten all kinds of birds.
People have told me, because I am a picky eater, they'll say, "Well, if you were hungry enough, you'd eat it." And I said, "Well, sure."
Well, yeah.
I never said I wouldn't. I said, "But I'm not that hungry today."
Yeah.
It's my choice. If I didn't have a choice, I mean, tree bark might look good if I was,
You put a turd on a cracker if you're hungry enough, I guess.
I mean, I'd definitely become a leaf eater and whatever else. There's some stuff.
I believe I would too before I eat a turd.
I would hope.
Yeah. I believe that would be the last straw.
I've ate some stuff out there a few times that wasn't much better than that. I think
I mean,
bad food, man.
I've had goat. ants and worms. And
God. Now, what in the world was you doing? You ate ants and
I was there.
worms on a dare. Oh my gosh.
But now they do have chocolate covered ants that are pretty good that you can get in some places.
What's those old movies? I saw them on VHS, but there used to be a whole series of them. It was kind of the early days of shock reality.
Faces of Death.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about. And the monkeys were the one that got me.
Yeah.
They just hit them in the head.
Yeah.
And raw.
Yeah.
They'd crack their heads up.
Crack them open.
Dude, that made me so sick to watch that.
Eat them with a spoon.
Oh my gosh. Brutal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you believe, and I'm not making a lot up, because I do believe there's some dark people out there. Seriously,
Oh, I know there are.
dark, evil people that would do anything.
Mhm.
But do you believe it's on a grand scale that these people are doing where they're wanting to get to the adrenaline stuff, or they actually scare they say they do it with kids, young children, and kill them to get that in their bodies? They think it's some sort of secret power or whatever. I forget what they call that.
What it is, it's
sick. It's
if
evil.
You kill the child while their adrenal gland is at full force.
And I've read the stories, but I don't know how.
Adrenochrome.
Yeah.
Is the stuff, and the elites crave it. They buy it.
Yeah. It's like a black market.
Yeah, it is, and that's one of the things. I mean, think about it.
But
Biden,
do you believe it's
300,000
widespread?
kids disappeared?
Yeah, do you believe it's widespread across the world, or is that a small
There's an
number
elite.
of elites?
There's an elite group that I believe are responsible for all of it.
And they believe that is makes you younger,
Does a lot of things.
smarter,
Yeah.
more powerful, whatever. I don't know. I read a little bit about it. I wouldn't say I know a lot about it.
I don't know a whole lot about it myself, but
And it's
Jim
just sick.
Caviezel has made.
He's made some people mad.
He has. Him and Cat Williams has too. Cat Williams came out to the whole Diddy thing before it ever happened.
I remember when I was a kid. You remember the Night Stalker?
Oh yeah, that was one of my
that show.
Cold Check. Yeah.
Cold Shot. Yeah, that show. I mean, it's like one of those things I wanted to watch, but it was scary. And he was always. I mean, the guy's got like a tape recorder and a flashlight.
ABC had the best lineup for Friday night back in the day. You had Kung Fu at 7.
Yes.
Or no, Kung Fu was at 8. Then you had the $6 Million Man. Then you had Night Stalker. That was your Friday night lineup.
That was,
and I would never stay home to watch it. And I was. Everybody, did you see the Night Stalker?
Which people that are looking
actually out having fun.
People that look for cryptids should like that show, because a lot of these were creatures that we would describe as, a dog man or whatever. I mean, these were kind of creatures like that.
Whatever.
That show just creepy.
Yeah.
And now looking back at it, I'm sure the graphics. I mean, I haven't looked at it in years. But for a little kid, I'm telling you, that show, I can't believe my mom let me watch it.
Well, it's funny you said that, because the way I knew the lineup was just a couple of days ago, something like that popped up on my Facebook feed.
Oh, okay.
About the lineup on Friday night.
Well, that's why.
Back in 76, I guess. 1976.
Sounds about right. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yep.
Well, you had great line. I mean, you had Thursday night, around that same time, 77. Dukes of Hazzard was on, and oh yeah, I like that.
You believe it's been 50 years?
No, well, I feel it.
No joke.
Oh, I do feel it.
I was 11 years old when that came out.
I remember the first time I had a curfew during school. My parents had was tight, but not crazy tight, because it was a different time. There was a lot of trust. I was a good kid. Yeah, I didn't have
dark when I came home.
When on school nights, I had to be in bed by 9:00. With my dad didn't play.
Right.
9:00, go to bed. So I mean, I just did it. Now, did I go right to sleep? Sometimes I would listen to a little AM radio and listen to old baseball games and stuff on my little transistor radio and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I could listen to Cincinnati Reds and stuff on AM, you know, and then
Well,
I'd go to
Club.
sleep. But I had to be in bed by 9. Whether I was
Yeah.
asleep or not is another thing. But the first time my mom ever, now on weekends I could stay up all night if I wanted to, as long as I behaved. I could stay up. Now you didn't have TV all night long, but I'd just find things to do all night long. It was weekend.
Right.
And I don't know, it's fun for a kid to do that. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember the first time my
Catching
mom,
fireflies.
there's twice that I remember my mom let me break the curfew. One
Right.
was the 1973, I believe that was, Aloha from Hawaii, Elvis. You know, that was satellite. That was like one of the first times satellite.
Yeah.
I ever heard of satellite.
Via satellite.
Via satellite, yeah.
Yeah. The Blue album.
My mom was a huge Elvis fan.
Yeah.
And she told my dad, she said, I'd like for him to be able to say, watch that. So he said, whatever. He didn't care.
I remember that.
The second time, and I don't remember which one was first. I think Elvis was first. Was they were having the TV debut. It had been at the movies, The Poseidon Adventure. And it came on at 9, and my mom let me stay up and watch that with her. Those are the only 2 times that I can remember when I was at home as a youth
Right.
that I ever got to break the curfew on school night.
Do you remember Dr. Shock?
Oh, absolutely.
Shock Theater.
Absolutely. Every Saturday night. That was like 11 p.m.
Dingbat.
Dingbat, that was a TV producer for Channel 9 News.
Yeah.
Who dressed up as Dr.
Dr.
Shock.
Shock.
He had Nurse Goodbody,
Yep.
Dingbat, and it was somebody else that they brought in from time to time.
I don't remember.
And they showed these really bad movies.
Yeah.
Bad. Like,
They did show The Blob.
yeah, they did.
And The Thing, you know.
Most of the people tuned in to listen to Dingbat and this guy, Dr. Shock, Nurse Goodbody. He
The
was.
Day the
I
Earth
think
Stood Still.
she worked there too, a receptionist or something like that.
Probably.
And sometimes the movies. Now this is early days. You got to remember there was no cable or nothing.
No.
Some of the movies would be on islands, and they would show the women topless. Truth, and they got away with it being late at night, and you know people thought that was hey, there's a show coming on.
Yeah.
Women
Show
ain't gonna have
women
no
topless
tops
on it, dude. Have every teenager.
Dr. Shock is dead. There is a website you can go to because it happened right in Chattanooga. There's a website you can go to that will show you a lot of the old pictures and stuff. But he was that ran for a long time.
A long time.
And so these modern day things, and there were probably other things around the country, but this was before the Svengali. What's the lady that's kind of like that dark?
Elvira.
Yeah. All of those people came after what this guy did.
Yep.
And
They
Dingbat, I don't know whatever happened to Dingbat. I think he's disappeared.
There's no telling.
But he was the puppet, you know. And
what was his catchphrase? I can't remember it.
Man.
Dingbat had a catchphrase.
He did. And I don't remember what it was.
Let me see.
I have to look it up.
Let's see if I can find it on.
I don't remember who did Dingbat's voice. Because he obviously did. I don't think he was doing it, if I remember right. Dr. Shock was just
What was
standing there.
Dingbat's catchphrase on Shock Theater in Chattanooga?
He did have a
in the
catchphrase.
70s.
This ran for quite a few years. It was. I mean, they were looking for something to help ratings late because TV went off after this. There was a time when at midnight TV went off,
Right.
and it was like a dead zone time. It
Tommy
was,
Reynolds.
Tommy Reynolds was
Dr.
the
Shock.
Dr. Shock, yeah.
Yep.
And somebody listening in from Chattanooga that's older, you're probably like, Tommy, I couldn't remember that, but
Flash.
Flash.
Yeah, that was his right before delivering a silly tidbit or funny comment.
It's been so long since I've seen that.
Wow, Flash. That's hilarious.
So
I remember it now.
And I think you told me, that you were on a daytime TV show here in town.
Mm-hmm. I was on 2. The Bob Brandy show and the Miss
Bob
Marcia
Brandy show. Bob Brandy were bringing school groups.
Yep.
And he had the little horse thing. What was it was a couple things about that show, but
he had the ring toss, and
The ring toss was one.
He had
did he have a little horse that kids would ride around, or it was something
well,
about
they
that.
had the stick.
On a
horse.
stick, yeah, the stick horse.
Yeah.
Did it have a name?
They had a race. I don't remember.
The kids would race.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I played the ring toss game.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
So did you win the toss or
No, I did not.
Okay. And you and what was the other one? Marsha,
Miss Marsha.
which
That was a morning show as well.
she worked for the TV
She did.
station.
Yeah.
I don't know
Marsha
about Bob
Kling-
Randy. I think
Klingman or Klingen or something like that.
yeah, you're right. She was a prim and proper.
She was.
I don't remember what the show was about. I can remember being on.
She would just educate kids in the morning, and they would have cartoons and stuff.
Yeah, those were big, and there was another one. I don't remember what's the name of it was. There was another morning show as
Captain
well.
Kangaroo.
Well,
remember Mr.
yeah.
Green
I mean, there was
Jeans
some
and Captain
national, but I
Kangaroo,
mean, even
yeah.
local. I think there were some.
Oh,
yeah.
that's only two.
Mr. Green Jeans. I was thinking it was another one. I may be wrong.
Well, there was a guy
And from
that had a little-
WGN, we would get in our day, we would get Bozo the Clown.
Yeah, and
That-
Howdy Doody.
Yeah, all that came in on, well, cable, early days of cable, I guess you would
Yeah,
say.
UHF. UHF, because I remember you used to get Gigantor. That was one of my favorite cartoons back in the day.
So these are, nowadays they've got so many options, but back in the day you didn't have so many options, so everybody watched the same thing.
Yep, yeah, 3, 9, 12, 53, and 61. And whatever else you could maneuver, and get on UHF.
You went too far.
Oh, I can remember climbing up on the roof. We had one of those big antennas on top of the roof. You could, pick up signals from Mars, but you could get stations out of Atlanta and Nashville, different places.
Well, and we had remote control before they had remote control. 'cause
Yeah, we were
I
the
was
remote.
the remote control.
That's it.
I had to stay close by, so my dad.
James Channel boy.
Well, yeah,
Seen here.
he watched the local news. He'd watch Walter Cronkite and Dan Rather. Of course, sports. Wonder Woman. We talked about that.
You know what I remember most about my dad when I was a kid in the mornings?
There's no telling.
Dad would sit at the bar in the kitchen. He would sit at the bar, and we had the wooden bar stools, and he would fart in the mornings, and you would hear it all the way through the house. I mean, it just rattled off of that wood. I don't know what made me think about that. I do miss my dad. I was looking at some pictures earlier today. I miss my dad, but yeah.
My dad left kind of early for work, but I can remember every day before school watching the Three Stooges.
Three Stooges, yeah.
Every day before school. And my mom would watch something. I don't remember what it was, but she'd always let me watch a little Three Stooges, before I went to school.
Right. The boys.
It was really big back in the day.
I
when I
love
was a
the
youth.
Three Stooges.
It was really big back in the day. To when you go to school, you see all the stuff that you weren't allowed to be a part of. So for me, it was Kiss shirts. I was never allowed to go see Kiss when I was a kid.
Mhm.
The lunch boxes, the shirts, and all that stuff, and of course, a lot of football teams. People had Pittsburgh Steelers on because they won 4 Super Bowls in the '70s.
Right.
And so you
Dallas
saw
Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys, sure. Yeah, they weren't one of those two teams is usually winning.
Exactly.
So, all these people had these sports shirts and stuff. You occasionally see Atlanta, because of the area. And you'd see superheroes, because I did get to watch a lot of the Marvel and stuff like that. So, a lot of
Batman.
Oh yeah, all that was big.
Wolverine.
And then every once in a while you see somebody with like something you never even heard of. Like I'd heard of all that stuff, but it would be like, I don't remember now what it would be. It'd be somebody probably being raised by hippie parents or something.
Upside down peace sign.
You definitely would see that. They would be there would be those things, the cool kids, the outcast kids or whatever. The cool kids had on the preppy shirts,
Yep.
And we had smoker areas
We did.
in high school.
We sure did.
Smoking areas where teachers and students would smoke together.
Bond over a fag. What they called them.
They did.
Yep.
The teacher would be bumming cigarettes off the students.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. I mean, I look back and think how things. I mean, it was a great life. But I look back now. Hey, William Pettigrew, thanks
Things
for
have
popping in.
changed.
I mean, you look back and you think about things that have changed since those days.
Yeah.
And, schools are so much worse today. I mean, we never had any real violence or anything. I mean, there was an occasional thing that
I
happened
used to
maybe
go to
once a
school
year.
with Pettigrew.
I worked with but not William, a Pettigrew, definitely. Um, but and I would invite you up, man. But we're kind of tied in with different channels, and nobody would hear you. So, but hey, pop back in when we're just doing Podbean. We'd be glad to take your call, man. We kind of it wouldn't. So he says, "I'm out. I'm not going to do it." But I worked. I worked with a Pettigrew for years. He's working in another company now.
Right.
Pettigrew is a common name. Pettigrew was a Civil War name.
Yeah.
General Pettigrew.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of Pettigrews. A lot of history with Pettigrew name.
Yeah, especially around this area.
But Dusty was saying, he's blessed. I lived a good life, man. I really did. My parents did a good job my parents never hid the truth from me.
Right.
But they didn't teach.
They sheltered you, but not too much.
I mean, I was kept away from stuff that I shouldn't be. Like, there was no drugs or alcohol or anything like that. People talking real bad. My dad would shut that down real quick, and I'm that way.
Yeah.
I don't let people get around my kids and start using any kind of trashy language or anything.
No.
I don't tell people how to talk, but I don't want it around my kids and stuff. But at the same time, my dad set me down and we watched Vietnam war stories together, the news. I mean, all the politics, Watergate, you name it. Everything that happened, I was aware that it was going on. My dad took me to vote with him. My mom would talk about the days of the Cuban Missile Crisis. Right. They never hid that stuff from me. I saw all the video of all the assassinations, and that didn't warp me. I mean, I understood there was violence in the world. The Night Stalker, the real Night Stalker, what was that guy's name? Ramirez?
Yeah.
There were so many of them.
There were.
The Manson trial. I saw all that.
Yeah, me too.
And nowadays, people, they try to, put them in bubbles where they never see anything that's going on and say you can't. I think you have to layer stuff like
that's why you have so much ignorance.
If they're 3 years old or something, I mean, you have to know the time frame that children are ready to jump up the next level. But if you lay the groundwork right, they're not, and they're not scared. Like my granddaughter.
Right.
We have full on discussions about death and dying. We have an understanding as a Christian that what that means and to embrace and to cherish every day.
Yeah. And
she will tell me, even if sometimes I get a little bit like, well, I don't know if we want to talk about that, and she'll say, well, people are dying every day. She just says it matter of fact, and she will tell me, like, we tell each other we love each other. She will say, if you died today or tomorrow, I would miss you dearly, right. But I would know where you were at.
Yeah.
And so our country, we are the teachers of our kids. I mean, I'm not expecting the school to cover these subjects because they're going to mess it up anyway.
Yeah.
The schoolhouse, although I think there's some things you got to teach because people won't do it. But the home is where you should be teaching your children about sex, and you have to prepare
the Bible
kids.
And everything else.
Sure, and but people are so ignorant today. I mean, and we see all these ignorant leftist things that are going on in our country, and you wonder what the heck was going on in their household. I mean, the disrespect to elders.
Yeah.
My dad would have waylaid me if I'd ever disrespected an elder, even if the elder was wrong. He would never let me get hurt, but he would prepare to. He would want me to have respect and walk away. He'd have that conversation in private, to straighten something out, like they said something wacky. My dad would shut him down, but he would never want me to. It's his job. He would never want me as a kid to say something out of the way. He would want me to show respect, and he would handle it.
Right.
And so I just learned how to navigate. I didn't grow up, running away from stuff, like, hiding from it. And people tell me I don't ever watch the news. Now, I think you got to be careful for any of us to sit and watch news every day,
right.
all day long. You got to feed your soul with the word of God and with prayer and all that. But it is, some people are just so ignorant of anything that's going on. They don't know the world that's going on around them.
They don't. They've been sheltered and they've been lied to.
For instance, in Australia, now
I
you
gotta-
say, hell yeah.
That's coffee. You know how coffee does.
Oh
me.
yeah. We'll be getting off here for long. We've done what, hour and 15 minutes.
Be right back.
We get going. We just keep going.
Wow.
But in Australia, they've just passed some laws on freedom of speech. And what they would call hate speech, but this goes way beyond. Like if let's say you were a foreign worker, and let's say you went to Australia and you were doing a job for a company in Australia, but you're there on a visa. And it doesn't have to be. I'm not talking about being out in the streets acting a fool. I'm talking about just things you might put in a text or on social media. If they view that, there's a couple of steps to it. But if there's a couple of people right now that has, because people raised Cain, but it still got passed. It has to go through a couple of levels, but they can kick you out of the country. They can say, well, you can't talk about that. They can go back with this law. They can look back. They will look back in your social media. They have the right. They will look back. And if they see something you said 20 years ago, if they don't like that, they will deny your visa. They'll say you're not coming in the country. You're not going to. We're not going to have you here. So there's the ramifications of this are pretty massive, and that's why we got to protect freedom of speech and things. Even stuff we don't like people say. We don't want people to be saying bad things, but that's the freedom we have. But this law that they passed it's crazy. It's going to cause a lot of ramifications, and other countries will pass something similar.
Which one are we talking about? I'm sorry.
It's a new law in Australia about speech, and if someone finds offense at what you've said,
They can sue you for it or something.
well, they can pull your visa. They could ban you from the country and all that. Like they can look back. Let's say you were, I don't know, 20 and said something stupid, and you're 40 now, and you're going to Australia, and they say, no, we've looked at your social media. You're not coming in the country.
Okay.
You said it's like they have the right. It goes way beyond the pale. There's a lot of people alarmed at this law that passed.
Well,
and there are people wanting to control, and that's why I like Rumble. Rumble stands and Gab.
Yeah.
They stand on freedom of speech.
An X.
And X, to a degree. X is bad. It can be like some of the others. Just being honest, I mean, they can shut you down.
Well, did you hear there was a fellow in England that was arrested for standing outside of an abortion clinic praying silently. In his mind, he was praying, and they arrested him for praying.
There's a lady that was done the same way. If you walk up and bow your head, or even just meander around, as we say,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, and that's what is beginning to start happening here.
Yep.
That they perceive it as a threat. It's to them there's no threat inside that they're killing babies. But if you stop and pray, don't say nothing to anybody.
Yeah.
You're now considered a threat and a
threat
harm,
to society.
and we're going to deal with you.
Sorry, my ears get cold.
It's a cold night.
It is.
We've got to be folks in our area and across the nation. This is a brutal night, so keep the heat up and
keep your water dripping. Don't
keep your water
don't
dripping.
forget that. Yeah, it's
Watch your steps when you go out. A broken hip is no fun. Could be deadly.
It's a balmy 19 degrees.
Wow.
Right now.
It's crazy. I mean, your battery. Take your emergency things along with you when you go
Jump
to
cables, all that stuff.
The first thing the communists did, enacted when they took over Russia, was anti-Semitism laws, and they went on to murder 70+ million white Christians in Russia and Ukraine. Well, like I said, if we allow ourselves to be offended at everything, now, I mean, there are things you can't say. Fire in a crowded theater. I mean, you will get in trouble for that.
Well, yeah.
But
terroristic threats. I mean, I understand.
You can't. But again, this is my problem. Is there are people who are going to decide what you said is or isn't offensive, are the very people that can be the enemy to the people.
Yeah.
That is government. A government run amok. And so these very people have the power now and the authority to tell you to shut up, basically, or you're going to be kicked out of our country, you're going to jail, whatever it is. We're done with you. Or we're going to put you in a camp somewhere. You know, I mean,
I want to tell you that I don't see that happening here in the United States without bloodshed. A lot of it.
well, I believe,
And
I certainly believe that.
I don't.
But more and more people are, snowflakes. I mean, they just don't. They're
Well,
not
it's
willing to
true.
stand up for anything. They're not willing to stand up for
But we
rights they have.
we
As they said,
still
I don't want no trouble with anybody.
we still have the largest army in the world
Well, yeah,
right here in the South.
but isn't it alarming that what we consider, nations of freedom like Australia or something like that, how quickly they are turning?
Yeah.
And we were talking about England this morning and the
Well, that's
problems
because
that
you
England
got a
has.
bunch of puffers, that are taking over. It's sad, but
I mean, how long before? I mean, like religious services on television or media.
Yeah.
Control of content creators, where you can't say that.
well, the thing is, Jesus is still Lord of all,
Amen.
and I'm going to trust that till the day that I die. And it's just a matter of opening my eyes and being somewhere else. But I definitely believe that my generation will see the return of Christ. I believe that.
I do too. I believe we're getting very, very close.
Yeah.
We're getting closer every day, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's most definitely true.
I just see as people who keep their eyes open. I mean, you just see more and more of the evil that is encroaching into. The people see good or evil as good,
Right.
as they talked about at the time
Well,
of the
the
judges.
morals have completely changed.
Oh my gosh,
In the past 50 years, I mean, they've done a complete 180.
yeah. The nuclear family, is the destruction of that, the abuse of kids.
And I'm going to be called whatever, but I think the downfall of this country is when the woman was taken out of the home and made to go to work, because women are the backbone of this country. Our women are the backbone. Our mothers are the backbone of this country. They're the ones that instilled values and morals in us. That we just don't have that today. We let the schools do that, and look where that's gotten us.
When I was growing up, I spent a lot of time with mom. She worked very little. She was mainly a housewife.
Yeah.
And so I was used to mom being there every day.
Yeah, my mom never worked.
I was never left alone. She was always there, and we always went and did a lot of things.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun. My mom was a lot of fun. She liked to. My dad had a lot of laughter too, but he'd be very serious. My mom was she had great love of music. She gave me a love of music. She gave me. I never became a dancer. My mom liked to dance, but
Right.
before her medical issues got a hold of her, she used to dance a lot, and she
Nothing like those memories.
we just had these funny times, and my dad could never
Yeah.
understand what we were laughing at.
Right.
He was always says, "What's funny? What are y'all laughing at?" And that'd make us laugh more.
Location joke, Dad. You had to be there.
Dusty wants to know what's our weather down here in Georgia. Well, it's cold.
It's cold.
We got no moisture.
To
right
us,
now,
it's
thank
cold.
goodness.
It's 19 degrees.
Yeah, it's probably nothing for you. He's probably like 19. That's a party.
Yeah.
It's cold, windy,
tropical heat wave to y'all.
wind chill. We're gonna warm back up,
In a couple of weeks.
but it's gonna take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a lot about car batteries. The part stores are going to do a great job on battery sales over the next month.
Yeah, radiator hoses and
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
My gosh, I hate it. I don't like the heat of deep summer, but I sure love mild weather. As you get older, you just don't like
That's true.
a lot of those things. I mean, extreme cold or extreme heat are really hard. And, I just, it's amazing. 25 people have died because of the storm. 25
Yeah, I know.
people. And that's right now.
Yeah. I've broken a lot of bones in my lifetime, and I feel every one of them.
Dusty says it's going to be negative something tonight for you.
Wow.
Negative something. Wind chill will be negative here,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't like cold. So you got to make sure you get that heat rolling.
Keep your water dripping. The cold
Keep
water. Keep cold water dripping. You got to
Yeah.
keep it moving.
Got to keep it moving. I'm so thankful that we got the flex stuff, man. the heck with that
Yep.
pipes and stuff, you know. I love that shark tooth stuff, man. But
it works well with David. It's well, I can't believe we've ran this long.
I know. We're gonna have to
Time
get off of
flies.
here. Biscuit Boy's got to get his beauty sleep.
That's it. I gotta have it. It ain't working, but still need it.
So we'll say adios and to all.
Yes.
And Paul, you be careful out there.
Will do. And y'all remember, always keep ascending, and the wolf knows.
The wolf knows, absolutely. See you soon. Take care.
Yes.
Out on the airwaves, mud soaked and loud. Cornbread man talking, Biscuit Boy proud. Static crackles like a rattlesnake's tail. Voices rolling like a freight train wheel. Cornbread man, Biscuit Boy, talking live love and southern joy. Cornbread man, Biscuit Boy, raise your glass, make some noise. Gravy drips in the southern drawl. Stories thick like the cypress tall. Radio rebels riding wild and free, shouting truths like a storm at sea. Hey, hey, can you feel that beat? Boots on the floor, fire in the heat. Cornbread man, Biscuit Boy, talking live love and southern joy. Cornbread man, Biscuit Boy, raise your glass, make some noise. Tells the dirt roads, whiskey sky.